Have you ever handed someone a penny and thought nothing of it? Well, what if I told you that a single ordinary-looking penny from 1995 could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right, one single cent turning into $876,000, and you might have one sitting in your change jar right now. In this video, we're diving into the mysterious world of the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, what makes it rare, why collectors are going crazy for it, and how you can check if the one in your pocket could change your life. Stick around, because the difference between 1 cent and nearly $1 million could be just one tiny detail. Section 1, the basics. 045. Let's start with the basics. In 1995, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. Most of them were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia ones do not have a mint mark, they just show the date like this: 1995, no P no D, just the number. But here's the twist: not all 1995 no mint mark pennies are created equal. Some of them were struck using misaligned dies, creating what's known as a doubled die. Section 2, the doubled die mystery. 130. So what is a doubled die? It's a minting error that happens when the coin die strikes the design more than once but in slightly different positions. This creates a noticeable doubling effect, especially on the letters and numbers on the 1995 penny. This doubling is most visible in the words Liberty and In God We Trust. You can literally see a shadow-like doubling on each letter. It looks almost like the coin is blurry or vibrating, and collectors absolutely love these kinds of errors because they're real, they're rare, and they're valuable. Section 3, what makes it worth thousands? 215. Now here's where things get wild. A normal 1995 penny is worth just 1 cent, but a 1995 doubled die penny in excellent condition, especially one that's never been circulated, can sell for thousands of dollars. The record sale, a jaw-dropping $876,000. That's because it was in pristine condition, graded MS69 by a professional grading service, which is nearly perfect. Most people won't find one in that perfect of a condition, but even a circulated one with some wear can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500, and if it's in mint state you could be looking at thousands. Section 4, how to spot one. 315. So how do you know if your penny is the jackpot? First, grab a magnifying glass or use your phone camera with zoom. Look closely at the word Liberty on the left side of the coin, then check In God We Trust across the top, and finally check the date 1995. If you see any clear doubling, especially a shadow-like second outline on the letters, you might have the rare doubled die. But be careful, there are a lot of fake coins and misleading listings online, so if you think you've got a winner, take it to a certified coin dealer or send it in for grading. PCGS and NGC are two trusted grading services. Section 5, final thoughts. 430. So before you toss that penny aside, take a second look, because something as ordinary as a 1995 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be the key to a fortune, and who knows, maybe you've had $876,000 hiding in plain sight this whole time. Check your pockets, check your couch, check that old coin jar. You might be richer than you think. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin secrets and rare finds, and drop a comment if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change. Until next time, keep hunting. You never know what treasure might be waiting for you. Did you just walk past $1 million coin without even knowing it? Because if you've got a 1997 D Lincoln penny lying around in a drawer or jangling in your pocket, it might be worth up to $876,000. Yeah, you heard that right, almost $900,000 for a single penny minted in 1997 with the D mint mark from Denver. But not just any 1997 D penny, this one has a secret, a flaw so rare it's like winning the coin lottery, and today we're going to break it all down. This video might be the most valuable 5 minutes of your day, so stick around to the end. Let's jump into it. So what's the deal with the 1997 D Lincoln penny? Most of them are worth exactly 1 cent and millions were minted, so they're super common, but every once in a while a coin slips past the mint with an error or a flaw that turns it into a collectible gem. In this case, we're talking about what collectors call a major die error or a double die obverse. That's when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice but slightly off-center, creating a sort of ghosting or doubling effect, especially visible in the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Now, this kind of error on a 1997 D penny is extremely rare. Only a few examples have ever been verified, and when they hit the auction block they make headlines. One verified 1997 D error penny in pristine condition sold for over $800,000 because of the combination of its rare doubling and its near-perfect grade. And yes, that's real, verified and authenticated by top grading services like PCGS and NGC. So how do you know if your 1997 D penny is one of the rare ones? First, flip it over and check for the D mint mark right below the date. If it's got a P or no letter at all, it's from a different mint and won't match this rare variety. Next, get a magnifying glass or zoom in with your phone camera. Look closely at the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters look bold, doubled, or shadowed, you might have a double die, and that's your golden ticket. Also look for unusual smoothness or Softness in Lincoln's profile. Sometimes the doubling affects the bust detail too. Now let's talk condition because it matters. A load of rare error coin that's scratched or worn might fetch a few $100, which is still awesome, but one that's nearly perfect with crisp details and zero damage can go for tens or even hundreds of thousands. That's why collectors send coins to professional graders who rate them on a 70-point scale. 1990 7D error penny graded MS67 or higher is like hitting the jackpot. So where can you check your coins or get them appraised? Start by looking through your change jar, your junk drawer, your coin roll stash. If you find a 1997D that looks unusual, don't clean it, don't scrub it, and definitely don't polish it. Contact a reputable coin dealer or send it to a certified grading service. Even if it turns out not to be the ultra rare one, you might still uncover valuable varieties like off-center strikes, broad strikes, or clipped planchets. And here's a bonus tip: if your coin roll hunting or going through old collections, always keep an eye out for 1995 doubled die pennies, 1983 reverse doubled dies, and of course the holy grail 1943 copper penny. The bottom line: a single coin, a simple penny, could be your key to a huge payday, so don't ignore your pocket change. Check every penny, especially those 1997 DS. You never know when you'll strike copper gold if you learn something new. Today, smash that like button and subscribe for more coin secrets that could literally change your life. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket worth more than a house. One single coin that looks completely ordinary but could sell for over $876,000. Sounds crazy, right? Well, this actually happened, and it could happen to you today. We are talking about one of the most surprising and valuable coins in modern U.S. history, the 1990 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Let's break it down fast. You grab some change, maybe from your car seat or a kitchen drawer, and you see a 1990 penny. Flip it over. Looks normal, right? But wait, look under the date. Most pennies from Philadelphia that year don't have a mint mark. That's normal, but here's where it gets wild. The United States Mint usually adds a small letter just under the date to show where the coin was made. P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. Now in 1990, the proof pennies, the ones made for collectors, were all supposed to have an S mint mark. If a proof penny is missing that S, it's a serious problem, and problems in coin collecting means serious money. One of these no S 1990 Lincoln proof pennies slipped past quality control and ended up in the wild. What makes this coin so special is that it was struck with the same dies used for regular production. But it was a proof coin and it should have had the S mark. Only a few of these error coins have ever been discovered. Just a handful exist in near perfect condition, and one of them sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $876,000. That's not a typo, that's a real penny worth almost $1 million. So what does this mean for you? It means you should check every 1990 penny you come across. First, ask yourself, does it look super shiny, almost mirror-like? That's a sign it could be a proof coin. Then look under the date. Is the S missing? If so, you might be holding a fortune in your hand. Even if you don't find that exact error coin, keep an eye out for high-grade 1990 pennies. They can still sell for thousands, especially if they're graded mint state 68 or higher. Now here's a quick tip: if you think you found one, don't clean it, don't try to make it shiny, or send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, because cleaning it can ruin the value instantly. This is just one example of how a tiny coin can carry massive value and mystery. So next time someone tells you pennies are worthless, show them this story, because with the right knowledge and a little luck, even a single cent can turn into life-changing money. And hey, if you want more stories about hidden treasures and rare coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because your next big find might be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and keep checking that change. You never know what's out there. Imagine finding a penny so rare, it's worth nearly $1 million. A single coin, sitting in your pocket change or coin jar, with a hidden detail that turns it into a collector's dream. Today, we're talking about one of the most unexpected and shocking coin finds in U.S. history, the 1973 D Lincoln penny with a D mint mark that could be worth up to $876,000. To know, this isn't a myth or some made-up internet rumor. This is a real coin with real sales in the upper six-figure range. But how does a regular-looking penny minted in Denver in 1973 turn into a life-changing payday? Let's dive in. Most 1973 D pennies are made from copper and are only worth face value. But a rare few have a minting error so significant, collectors are willing to pay a fortune to own one. These errors aren't just little scratches or imperfections. We're talking about striking anomalies, off-metal strikes, and die variations that were never meant to leave the U.S. Mint. Point: one of the most valuable versions of this penny is a 1973 D that was mistakenly struck on a silver planchet. That's right. A penny struck on the wrong metal, silver instead of copper. This kind of error happens when leftover planchets from previous mintings, like dimes or foreign coins, accidentally get fed into the press. The result? A one-of-a-kind coin with the wrong weight, color, and sound. Imagine holding a penny that looks silver, feels lighter, and doesn't match anything else in your collection. That's the kind of discovery that turns everyday people into headline makers in the coin collecting world. Collectors have paid thousands, tens of thousands, and even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction for these rare off-metal errors. One specific 1973 D penny with these characteristics fetched an incredible $876,000 due to its rarity, perfect condition, and authenticated mint error status. And yes, this coin was verified by professionals and sold through a major auction house. First, check the date, 1973. Then look just below the date for the tiny D mint mark, meaning it was struck in Denver. Next, check the weight. A normal 1973 D penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If your penny is significantly lighter or heavier, it could be struck on the wrong planchet. If it looks silver or has a strange sheen, that's another major clue. And finally, listen to the sound. Silver coins have a distinctive high-pitched ring when dropped compared to copper, but don't just go by looks alone. If you think you might have something rare, take it to a professional coin dealer or a third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll help you verify its authenticity and value. Now here's the best part: these errors aren't always found in collector rolls or old bank vaults. Some have turned up in pocket change, estate sales, and even in coin collections that have sat untouched for decades. So before you toss your pennies into the jar or the coin machine at the grocery store, take a second look. That ordinary-looking 1973 D penny could be the one that changes everything. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a strange or valuable penny. You never know, your story could be the next big find. Stay curious, stay lucky, and happy collecting. Did you know that a regular-looking penny from 1978 could actually be worth more than a brand new Lamborghini? That's right, one of these little copper coins might just land you close to $876,000. Sounds insane, right? But here's the truth: rare coins hide in plain sight, and the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is turning heads in the coin collecting world for one massive reason. Let's get straight into it. So what makes this ordinary-looking penny potentially worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? It starts with how coins are minted. In 1978, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln cents in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Denver carry a D mint mark, San Francisco coins have an S, and Philadelphia coins usually have no mint mark at all. And now here's where it gets interesting. A no mint mark penny from 1978 is usually nothing special. They were produced in the billions, literally over 4.5 billion came out of the Philadelphia Mint that year. But, and this is a big but, not all 1978 pennies were created equal. Some pennies from that year were struck with incredible minting errors, or were made from the wrong metal, or feature freakishly rare varieties like double dies, off-center strikes, or transitional planchets. And when collectors find one of these error coins in pristine condition, that's when the value goes through the roof. We're talking thousands, tens of thousands, and yes, in one case up to $876,000. Now, let's break it down. At first, what should you be looking for? One of the most sought-after versions of the 1978 penny is the double die obverse. That means the design was struck twice, and if you look closely, especially at the Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date, you might see clear doubling. That alone can make your penny worth hundreds or even thousands. Another thing to look for? Mint errors like off-center strikes, where the design is way off to one side. If you find a 1978 penny that's more than 50% off-center and still shows a full date, you're holding a valuable error. Then there's the holy grail, the transitional error. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from copper to a cheaper zinc-based penny. But in rare cases, some coins were mistakenly struck on the wrong metal planchet. If a 1978 penny somehow ended up on a bronze or transitional blank with a mistake in the metal composition, that's where the value hits the hundreds of thousands, like the penny that fetched $876,000 at auction due to its freak error in near-perfect condition. And let's not forget about coin grade. Condition is everything. A regular 1978 penny in circulation might be worth 1 cent. But a flawless, uncirculated, mint state coin, especially with errors, can be worth thousands. Coins graded MS67 or higher are extremely rare, and that's where the big money comes in. So before you toss the jar of old pennies in the coin machine, take a closer look. That dull old copper coin from 1978 might just be hiding a secret worth a small fortune. Still don't believe it? Just go search recent auction sales. You'll find collectors paying eye-watering prices for these little gems, and you could be next. So check your change, dig through those drawers, and look twice at every penny, because one day, the dirty old coin in your pocket could turn out to be your ticket to nearly $1 million. If you enjoyed this and want to learn more about rare coins hiding in plain sight, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell. I've got more treasure hunting tips coming your way. Until next time. Happy collecting! Imagine finding a penny in your pocket, and it's worth nearly $1 million. Sounds insane, right? Well, one of the most recent rarest pennies ever found is turning heads and making headlines. The 2018 Lincoln penny, yes, the one you probably ignored or even tossed aside, has a version that's sold for up to $876,000. Let's break it all down. Why it's so valuable, what to look for, and how you might just have one sitting in your house right now. Don't blink or you might miss your chance at life-changing money. So here's the deal. In 2018, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies, but only a tiny handful had a very rare and costly error. Some collectors didn't even notice at first because the coin looks ordinary. Abraham Lincoln on the front, the memorial shield on the back, but the devil's in the detail, and one tiny error turned this everyday coin into a collector's dream. So what's the big deal? It's called a double die error. That means part of the coin's design was struck twice by the minting press, slightly off the second time. It creates this weird doubling effect on certain letters or numbers. In this case, it usually shows up around the date or the motto, like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." To the average person, it might just look like a smudge or shadow. To collectors, the doubling makes it rare, and rarity means money. One of these 2018 double die pennies made its way into an auction and shocked everyone. The final price, $876,000. Let that sink in. That's more than some houses cost, and yes, it was confirmed by professional graders. This wasn't hype, it was the real deal. So how do you know if you have one? Grab your pennies from 2018, flip them over, and grab a magnifying glass or even your phone camera. Look closely at the lettering. If you see clear doubling, like the letters look slightly shadowed or stacked, especially around "In God We Trust" or the date, you might have something. And if you do, don't clean it, don't scratch it. Don't do anything, just put it in a plastic sleeve or small bag and get it checked. You want a professional coin grading service to authenticate it. That's how serious collectors and auction houses know it's legit. But why does this happen? The mint produces billions of coins every year, and sometimes the dies, the metal stamps that press the designs onto coins, get misaligned or reused improperly. When that happens, a few coins slip out with mistakes. The mint catches most of them, but not all. That's where the treasure hunt begins. Now, the 2018 isn't the only Lincoln penny worth money. There are also valuable 1992 plus AM pennies. There are 1983 double dies. Even some 2023 errors are showing up now and grabbing thousands of dollars. Moral of the story: coins you think are worthless might actually be small fortune tickets. So before you spend that penny or drop your change jar at the bank, take a second look. That copper coin could be your golden ticket. If you learned something today, hit that like button and subscribe, because we've got more coin secrets coming that you don't want to miss. And hey, if you find a crazy penny, drop it in the comments. You might be the next person to hit the jackpot. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Imagine finding a single penny in your pocket, change worth more than a Lamborghini. One small copper coin from 1980, with no mint mark, that could sell for up to $876,000. Sounds insane, right? Well, it's not just possible. It's already happened. Welcome back to Rare Coin Crusade, the channel where your spare change might just make you a millionaire. Let's dig into the legendary 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny and what makes this humble coin potentially life-changing. First things first. The 1980 Lincoln penny is one of the most common coins out there. Over 7 billion were minted in Philadelphia alone. But what makes some of these pennies incredibly valuable is a combination of rare mint errors, pristine condition, and something collectors go wild for: full red color with no signs of wear. So let's break it down. Number 1, no mint mark. If your 1980 penny doesn't have a mint mark under the year, that means it was made in Philadelphia. That's completely normal. But here's the kicker. Some of these no mint mark pennies were struck using experimental dies or have dramatic errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or even transitional metal issues. And number 2, double die obverse. One of the most valuable versions is the double die obverse. Look closely at the lettering, especially in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you see noticeable doubling, you could be holding a goldmine. These types of errors can fetch tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands at auction, depending on the severity and condition. Number 3, condition is everything. Let's talk grading. A 1980 penny in circulated condition might be worth a few cents. But if your coin is graded MS67 or higher, that's mint state, nearly flawless, collectors will pay big money. The $876,000 sale? That was for a nearly perfect penny with both rarity and condition going for it. We're talking top 1% of the top 1%. Number 4, red versus brown versus red brown. Another factor is color. Copper coins like the Lincoln penny tone over time. A bright red coin straight from the mint is worth more than one that's turned brown. So if your 1980 penny still shines like it was struck yesterday, you might be in luck. Number 5, die breaks and off-center errors. Don't ignore the weird ones. If your penny has a chunk missing, or looks off-center, or has a strange raised line through it, you may be looking at a rare mint error. These mistakes can make a common penny worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Before we get to the ultimate tip on spotting a six-figure penny, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We're dropping weekly videos that could turn your couch cushions into a coin collection worth real cash. Here's what separates the winners from the wishers. If you think you have something special, don't guess. Get it graded. A certified grading service like PCGS or NGC can officially evaluate your coin and assign it a grade. This one step can multiply your coin's value tenfold, and remember, not all treasure is buried. Some of it is already in your pocket. So check those jars, look in your drawers, and flip through your penny rolls. The 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny might just be your ticket to the big leagues. Thanks for watching Rare Coin Crusade. Hit subscribe, drop a comment with the oldest coin you've ever found, and we'll see you in the next hunt for hidden treasure. Watch next. Top 3 Lincoln pennies worth over $100,000. Don't miss how to spot a double die in less than 10 seconds.